say something without y'all jumping the fuck down my throat right now? Okay, I know this is a hot topic at the moment. Immigration, right? I don't live in a border state, so like maybe that has something to do with it. What's the actual issue? Like, why do we give a fuck if people don't come in or do come in? What's the problem? Because we know statistically it's not crime. Sorry, but look it up. Facts are there if you choose to look for them. So what the hell is the problem? We stole this land to begin with, bitch. This whole country was based off of immigration. I guess I'm just confused as to why the fuck you care. Because in my opinion, oh, they're stealing the jobs, they're stealing jobs. A, you're unemployed, bitch. When's the last time you looked for a job? B, if you wanted those jobs, aren't y'all the same people who say you could just bootstrap your way into anything? Genuinely, I don't understand the problem. Because it's like, oh, well, they have to do it the legal way. What? Why? Like, what is the point of doing it the legal way other than just to say that you did it the legal way? What problems do citizens face because non-citizens don't have citizenship? How does it actually show up in your life? Tell me how it impacts you. I am all for people getting a better life. Isn't that the end of the story? And before you even say, the Venezuelan immigrants came in and they got housing before unhoused people in the US did, is that their problem? Or is that a systematic problem with the government not giving a fuck about unhoused people? If I am wrong, I'm happy to learn. I genuinely want to know. But in my mind, with the information that I have currently, I don't.
TunaBeats.com.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm so glad that you're all here and watching my video today. Please take the time to leave a comment down below and tell me what you think. But as I watched this clip today, I really liked what she was saying. I think that this is someone who clearly, she says she's done her own research and has an open mind. And if you know me best, I love people who have an open mind to life and the reality that resolves or that exists around us. So, a couple of things I'll talk about in this video is one of the main things that she talked about is why immigration is a big deal. Why does it matter if people come or don't come? So I'll give one caveat point to that top point that she made, and I'll say this: I think that she has the right to her own opinion, but coming down to immigration, right? A lot of people come to this country willingly to have a better life, better opportunity, to avoid some of the troubles, the toxic environments, leadership, government problems, sometimes even troubled neighborhoods, right? Things that are going on in other countries that do not affect us here in the United States. And while I'll say that our country is not a perfect country, there are a lot of good things to it as far as the benefits, right? What do I mean and what do I say by that? So, education. Education is through the roof when it comes to cost of going to college, so on and so forth. But immigrants are now starting to be offered, or going to be offered, the H-1B visas so that they can come in and work for cheaper. This gives them the opportunity to earn the citizenship, so on and so forth, earning money to send back to their home or do what they please as an American citizen working in this country, right? Now, there are pros and cons to that I would say that a lot of them need to be aware of, as far as your treatment on the job, how you're going to be viewed, so on and so forth, right? But understand, and I'll give a caveat to her point. A caveat to her point is simply that when it comes to the United States of America as citizens, I don't know of other countries that would just simply take us in as citizens, even when we cross their borders illegally without throwing us into their jail system and telling us to go back to America if they do, right? I'm not saying you can't become a citizen of the country, and I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. Just like she said, I'm all for people having and wanting a better life, better opportunity, wanting to live, eat, and just simply prosper in a better environment. Now, I will say this with what she's saying, as far as people wanting a better life, yes, I think America has those opportunities. But at the end of the day, a lot of times when I see people leaving this country, you have to begin to ask yourself, why is it that people are leaving this country to go to another country, right? And sometimes we're looking for a better life. We're looking for a cheaper way of living. We're looking for a better way of standard of doing things. But we actually go through the proper processes to obtain a visa, passport, so on and so forth, in order to live and even go to another country. All right? So that's one caveat to that. At the end of the day, I don't think she's wrong. I think she has some very valid points, right? Another point that she makes, or that she talks about, is how America was pretty much stolen. How it was stolen land. Immigration has always been a factor, been a thing here, which if you have an honest and open mind and an honest, truthful perspective, America was a stolen land. All right, I'm not just a black man here shouting or yelping oppression, saying that, but it is the truth. America was a land that was stolen, and then we turn it into what it is today, the land of opportunity, freedoms, so on and so forth, right? Or so we like to think and believe it as to be. And at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, you have to realize and understand that America, the country that it is now, right? When you think back, when you look back the history, the Trail of Tears, the Indians, the people that were killed, and, pillaged and raped, and they lost a lot of their land. I want to say the people that came and took it over, they came over illegally in itself, right? And then, of course, turned it into a system, and created this economy where everyone could thrive, right? So, honestly, she has an open mind and an honest perspective that does sound intelligent, right? You can't knock her down and say that she's wrong and say that she's someone who hates herself or hates America, because honestly, when you look at the reality of the situation, right? Immigration is something that has been going on for years, right? Legally and illegally. Honestly think that with the systems that are here, that are going on, or around you, it makes me question, why should we have a legal process of systems, for people to just simply go to another country where they can find opportunity, right? And just prosper. Now, I'm not saying that people who are coming over and, just willingly walking into other country committing crimes is okay. Now, I will say this. She did also mention that crime rates are not a major problem of immigrants. However, I will give a caveat to that. There are some immigrants that are committing crimes in which they should be dealt with accordingly. But it's the fact that you have to go through so much to become a citizen of a country from the United States, right? That to me, it seems like we're making things easier for immigrants to come over. And I'm all for it. Just like she said, people deserve the right to have, their own freedoms, right to liberties, a better lifestyle, so on and so forth. You got to take into question, why do we have to go through all these different, things just for people to live and prosper and have a better lifestyle? Now, as an American citizen, I'm surprised. I hear people talking about wanting to become expats of other countries because of the cost of college, living, so on and so forth. Things are through the roof, right? And simply put, when I look at what's going on in today's country, I look at people coming over to live a better life. Sometimes I look at it and I'm like, hopefully at some point they finally wake up to the truth of what's really going on. Things are, quite expensive for the average American, right? I'm not saying that things aren't livable and that times can be better. Hopefully with this next president, I'm not going to say whose views I'm on, what side I'm on politically, but I just pray that things get better for us as an individual, but as a country, right? Gas prices are cheaper. Education that may or may not change. I don't think it will. But housing prices can drop, right? Food prices, grocery. Our everyday lifestyle should be better than what we had in our previous administration. All right, I'm not talking trash, not putting anyone down. I'm just saying from what I saw statistically, how things improved, right? If you can fill your grocery cart up with $20 to $40, realistically 100, maybe 120, compared to maybe having like a fifth of it filled up with $100, $120. That's kind of saying something. All right. At the end of the day, I like what this young woman is saying. I like that she comes with an open mind and an open perspective based on the fact that we talk so much about the problems of this country and how immigrants come in and influence the problems. But honestly, we've had a lot of problems even without the immigrants that we have yet to resolve, right? We talk about freedom of speech, we talk about, the financial crisis and things of that nature, and the government spending to keep these illegal immigrants coming in, right? Now, where I will also throw a caveat in is that we're throwing money to different countries, we're funding immigration and things of that nature, yet we're not taking care of the people here in this country that we should. And that is a problem where I also link to, resort back to what she was saying. Why is immigration a problem? If the government was doing something different with that money, as far as helping the citizens here, then yes, I could see where immigration would be somewhat okay, but there are legal processes for these people to go through, right? And we can't get mad at people or immigrants coming in through the processes legally and quote unquote the right way, right? However, I like what she said at the end of this video. It is a governmental problem if they're not taking care of people who have housing, economic issues, who are not taking care of the citizens financially, in jobs, so on and so forth. The fact that they're willing to pay cheaper labor for these immigrants is, like I said in the beginning, if I were them, I would question that. But the fact that they're calling, Americans lazy and using that as a way to say, we're going to, use this as, because in my opinion, it's just them using it as a title to say, we're going to just, find a way to, do away with these, quote unquote lazy Americans and just pay for these, cheap labor. Why? Because they want to keep money in their pockets. And honestly, you got to take the time to question, from a perspective, if that's the case, then why do you have these businesses, and what is it for you to, to prosper, but for you not to help your common man out? But then you're questioning why we're constantly changing leadership or why people are revolting. Now, the instances where you had the guy that ran up and shot the CEO, honestly, there's probably going to be more instances like that because you have these corporations and jobs, businesses where you're trying to pay cheaper labor and you're not looking out for the common man in America, right? The government in itself, business employees and employers, honestly should help and take care of our people first in this country. But of course, I digress. When you have the people and the things that are in place today doing what they're doing today with the money, jobs, so on and so forth. All right. So that's all for today's video. If you have a comment, you have your own opinion, and you want to, feel free to jot it down. Please feel free to leave a comment. Keep it respectful, honestly. And I want to take the time to simply thank for you people who are new to my video today, watching for the first time. Thank you for watching and tuning in. But please also feel free to like, share, and subscribe to my content. And I'll get back at you with this next video. Have a great one and stay informed.